Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dr. Faust. In this guide, we're going to be talking about how to make insane amount of gold, how to maximize your gold making potentials for the pre-patch, preparations for the pre-patch. Now, there's only 1 week, 6 days at the point of the making of this video before the pre-patch lands. So there's not a lot of time for preparation. But there are a few key things that you can do in order to maximize your revenue in these coming weeks. So, as we all know, jewel crafting is going to be entering the scene in professions. It's going to be one of the more attractive picks for pretty much everyone due to its utility in gearing, but also in its utility and potentiality when it comes to money making. Okay, so jewel crafting is a profession that requires both ores, bars, and gems. We're also getting shamans and paladins, both of which benefit from blacksmith and jewel crafting. So considering all these factors, we see why blacksmithing and jewel crafting with shamans and paladins are going to be highly sought after. Okay, it's going to be leveled, it's going to be invested for, it's going to be prepped for before TBC launches, obviously. Okay, so my general advice is as follows. We are going to be wanting to invest mainly in old world mid-level ores and bars, mainly talking about mithril. Okay, it's going to be mithril ores and mithril bars. The reason of which is mithril has always been one of the more sought after types of ores and bars due to its necessity and its need in quantity in order to level jewel crafting and blacksmithing. Even more than thorium, for example. At least in jewel crafting, you only need about 60 thorium bars in order to finish those last professional levels. With mithril, it's more than 60. So on a nominal basis, you'll need a lot more mithril or bars than thorium. And since people have been playing Classic for about a year or so, and they have been farming at 60 in 60 level zones thorium, there is a lot more thorium in general than mithril. Okay, so that's why mithril is gonna be robust against time and inflation, and that is why mithril is a great potential investment. I did it. I recommend it. You will be selling come pre-patch a lot of mithril. You will be expecting mithril prices to spike. And obviously you should be logging and documenting your buy prices so as to avoid selling at disfavorable rates. So mithril is one. Thorium is really, because I actually bought a lot of mithril, thorium is actually at this moment a very profitable avenue for gold making due to a simple reason. As you saw now, the gold per ore is 80 silver. Okay, if you choose to prospect, if you are a jewel crafter and you choose to prospect the thorium ores, you will be automatically farming printing gold. Why? Because the cheapest gems that are dropped by prospecting with thorium ores are higher than the 5 stack of thorium ore. The 5 stack of thorium ore, it goes for 80 silver times 5, and the gems sell for, at the very least, 5G and some silver. So it's always going to be profitable at this point in time. We are going to be wanting on capitalizing on those gains. We are going to do so. I advise you guys to do the same. As long as the thorium price of ores stays below 1G, it is profitable to buy. Okay, and that is only one way of selling thorium. Of course, that is also at minimum, at bottom, the rates that you will be profiting on. If you get, for example, Azerothian diamonds, those are selling at the moment for 13 to 15 gold. That is a huge margin. At this point, there's a very small amount of high-end classic gems on the auction house, just because people have been prepping, such as myself. I bought a lot of emeralds, a lot of rubies, a lot of sapphires, and the thing is that the auction house has been emptied. Okay, so you will be buying thorium, and we will be prospecting, so long as the prices per ore are below 1G. Of course, you need to corroborate on your server, compare, cross-checking the prices of gems and ores. Of course, you will also need bars to level both jewel crafting and blacksmithing. Okay. The bars have stayed relatively constant prices. They have spiked during the past weeks a considerable amount, but generally speaking, because you can prospect the bars, and the bars are just already a worked through, a processed commodity, then the potential value, the potential flexibility of the commodity itself, talking about the lack of availability for prospecting, will drive the prices down, or at least it will limit the price ceiling on them. But regardless, I also stacked up on a bunch of thorium bars. I advise you guys to do the same. From those two kinds of items, I would rank the ores higher than the bars, due to the reason I just explained. There are some gold potentials in selling leather and herbs. I would recommend on really staying away from that. I would just focus on really jewel crafting and blacksmithing, specifically on mithril and thorium ores and thorium bars. Just because of that reason, paladins and shamans both benefit heavily from blacksmithing and also from jewel crafting, everyone benefits from jewel crafting. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be they're going to reshift their professions to jewel crafting, and this is your time to really benefit from that. The auction house at this point in time does not support a new influx of jewel crafters. Just for as Azerothia diamond, I believe you need 10 Azerothia diamonds to really cover the demand to level your profession. As you see, it's going for 122 in my server at the moment. There are 201 auctions. Most of the auctions are just single stacks. Okay, there are some 5s here, there's some 20s here, but this is not nearly enough supply to support the demand. If you look for large opals, it's quite literally the same. There's 76 entries, that's nothing. You need, I believe, 21 large opals to level your jewel crafting. So the amount of large opals at this point in time, when I'm recording this video, doesn't even support 5 people leveling jewel crafting in the entire server. Which means whenever pre-patch drops and the whole pages empties, you will be having some sort of a price monopoly in which you will have a lot of freedom to set the prices incredibly high. Let's check the emeralds. It should be the same. Green emerald should be the name. So it really applies to all gems. As you see, all gems that are part of the high-end classic experience. So yeah, it's pretty much just wanted to make a quick video for you guys to capitalize on those gains. I spent about 2.5k on raw mats. I also spent about probably 1k or 750 gold on prepping for my paladin. I will be uploading a protection paladin leveling guide, specifically on binds on equip items that you can do, that you can buy on the auction house to really smooth out your experience on leveling. Even though, as we all know, there's gonna be boosts available for shamans and paladins. Still, there's gonna be people leveling paladins and shamans from scratch, and in that video I'm really gonna explain how to maximize fun, efficiency, yeah, really those two. Because really, if you, my point is that if you buy a boost, really just gonna buy a boost. You're gonna do some BGs. You're gonna do some raids for 3 weeks, and then what? Twiddle your thumbs. I believe it's gonna be more fun for a lot of people to level their characters from scratch, to build that affinity, build that connection to their characters, learn their classes, familiarize yourselves with the classes by watching guides, content, and by playing it yourselves throughout the whole journey that is leveling, instead of just buying a boost, giving Blizzard the easy money, and you're probably gonna be quitting that specific tune because you're not attuned, you're not really, you don't have that connection towards your character that otherwise you would have if you would have leveled it from 1 to 60. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for now. Peace.